Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the NACCAS website to see if it's any competition in your state or city to open your school. We all know there's over 1 million beauty professionals. The quickest, easiest way for financial freedom for a barber, stylist, nail tech, or esthetician, hey, it's going to be to open a school. Madam C.J. Walker opened a school, first Black female millionaire in the United States. She had two things, a school and a product line. So what I'm going to do now for the viewers, I'm going to go to your state. I know y'all put it in the chat. So let's go to that chat and see what state we're looking at first. Okay, North Carolina. So let's pull up North Carolina right here. We're going to go to North Carolina and see how many people have schools that are accredited in North Carolina. 21 schools. Do y'all see that in North Carolina? There's only 21 NACCAS accredited schools in your state. What is that telling you? It's no competition. Let's go to Texas. That's next, Texas. And I'm sharing this screen. How many is in Texas? As big as Texas is, it's only 101 NACCAS accredited schools in Texas. Now, let's go to Michigan. We got Michigan up next. And y'all can put in the chat what state y'all want me to look up. Michigan, it's only 44. Imagine if it was only 44 salons in the whole state. It's only 44 NACCAS accredited schools in Michigan. All of y'all, Instagram, Facebook, y'all got to come on over here. Indiana. Indiana. Let's look up Indiana. Let's see. Indiana. And you want the city too. L-A-F-A-Y-E-T-T-E. Lafayette, Indiana. It's only two. And you see it right here in Lafayette, Indiana. Now, let's go for the whole state of Indiana and see how many. But it's only 2 in Lafayette, Indiana. You need to be the next school owner. Y'all definitely need to be in the program, copy the blueprint. It's only 32 schools in all of Louisiana that's accredited. Let's go with Georgia. Georgia's in the house. Georgia. 20 NACCAS accredited schools in Georgia. That's it. Who else we got? Anybody else? Let's see. I'm looking. Let's see. Tennessee. Okay. Tennessee up in the house. Let's go to Tennessee. And we got how many in Tennessee? Only 27 NACCAS accredited schools in Tennessee. What is that telling you? It's wide open, Miss Miller. Rachel Graves, Indiana. We already hit Indiana. I showed you how many was in Indiana. Virginia, let's go to Virginia. It's only 18 NACCAS accredited schools in Virginia. Okay, you want Norfolk. Make sure I spelled it right, Norfolk. There's no accredited schools in Norfolk. I want to make sure I spelled that right. Louisiana, let's go with Louisiana. Louisiana. How many we got in Louisiana? How many schools we got that's NACCAS accredited in Louisiana? 24. You see it right there, 24. Just right, Miss Miller, you number 28. Jocelyn Hill, California. California got about 100. Let's go. Told you 103, 103 in California. So what that's telling you is wide open. It's too crowded with opening a shop, being in a salon suite. Business is up and down like a roller coaster. With the school, you open your school, you work toward accreditation, you get the government funding, you get the VA funding, and you off to the running. Financial freedom, time freedom. Okay, now that we've got that straight, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about why people won't open a school. What is the problem with people opening the school? It's only 1,108 NACCAS accredited schools in the entire United States. There's no competition. It's not crowded. We need more school owners. We need more good school owners, people that's going to teach. All right. So now I wanted you all to see this, 1,108 NACCAS accredited schools. Now the question is, why don't we have more school owners? What's Stylist? You never thought about it. Are you a beauty professional? Because if you're a barber, stylist, nail tech, esthetician, and you went to school, they worked us for free. We didn't get paid. The school owners got paid. So it was like modern day slavery. We had to pay for books that they got wholesale, the kids wholesale, they retailed them to us, the students. We had to do all the nails, the hair, and everything on the clinic floor, while all that money went to the school owner, the vending machine, that money went to the school owner. We had to pay the school owner tuition. That money went to the school owner. When they got accredited, they charged $10,000, $20,000. The government is wiring that to their bank account. That money is going to the school owner, and we were students. So it didn't dawn on you that, hey, maybe I need to get a school. You know what? I could run this school. Matter of fact, I'm better than this school owner. So some of the reasons, somebody said they never thought about it, didn't think it was an option. If you look at your rules and regulations, you will see it's not hard to open a school. A lot of us have been misguided because we think we got to have this big old gigantic school like a Paul Mitchell or Veda Empire. No, if you look at your rules and regulations, it'll tell you the minimum square footage. Texas, there is no minimum square footage. We got plenty of people in our program that have turned their shops into a school. Some states, there's a minimum square footage, but it's not a lot. And if you look at how many chairs, stations, if you read your rules and regulations, and I know a lot of you all have, it's not a lot. Now, yeah, when it comes to the paperwork and everything, we have all the paperwork. Copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. What are some of the other reasons? That's what made me open mine. Oh, so she opened her school. She saw how much money that the school owner was bringing in. Okay. Recording. She said knowledge on how to start the finances. We'll get to that today. That's what we're going to.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Introduce
Good, good.
yourself. Tell us everything.
Well, what made me open my school is I saw the money that was coming into the school that I was working at. I ran the floor. I ran the school actually. And then I saw the behind the scenes on how it operated. I'm like, I can do this. So March, y'all, let me tell y'all something. It doesn't take a lot of money to open a school. It really don't. And you can negotiate because when I started looking for a building. My school is 20 minutes away from where I live. And I started looking for a space. I found the space. I negotiated with the people who own the space. They gave me 3 months rent free. So that gave me time to get my equipment, get it in. In Texas, we don't have to have a minimum of stations. So right now I have 3 stations in my school, about to put 3 more. But when I got inspected, I only had 3 stations. And then they did my inspection virtually. They didn't even come in. So it's real easy. And I open on the 7th. I'm not even open yet. And I have 7 students enrolled already. So it's very easy. It's not hard at all. I just reached out to Chin the other day because I wanted to thank you. I wanted to start on seeing how the accreditation part goes. And Andy told me to tell you hello, Ken, from Smarts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Andy, my friend.
Yeah. So what else you want me to say? But that's pretty much it's easy.
Um, have you watched any of our YouTube videos? Did you follow us anything or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
okay? Have you learned anything?
A lot. Yes, I have. I've learned a lot from Chen. I've learned a lot from Chen. I learned a lot just by watching his videos, listening to what he says, along with the knowledge that I've gained from working with the school. So and you learn a lot from him. You will learn just watching the videos, just popping in, listening to his live. You'll learn a lot from him.
What is it that you want to learn tonight?
Accreditation.
Okay, we're gonna go through accreditation, every step.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's see. They said I think people are afraid to go into debt. Okay, so you're afraid to go into debt. Think about it. You can open a school with the same amount of money that you open a shop. There are people that have spent more money opening a shop than a school. Imagine if you open a small school and you do the bare minimum. We're not talking about this big, elaborate school. We're talking about the bare minimum. And then once you get going good, and then when you get accredited and you're able to receive government funding, millions of dollars. Imagine this. I want all of y'all to just close your eyes. Imagine this. And you can open them. You open a small school, the bare minimum. You got your equipment from Buy Right. Buy Right will finance your equipment. Or you went on Facebook Marketplace. You drove around and you found this building at a shopping center or whatever. You paid the first and last month's rent, just like you did on the shop. You did your little painting. You went to Home Depot or Lowe's. You found your plumber, electrician at the church or whatever, or a friend. Or you found a building that was a former shop, because it already has the plumbing and electrical, a former school. Now, you get your chairs and tables from Walmart on Sam's Wholesale, just something inexpensive. You get the dry erase board. You go to Goodwill, like I went, to furnish my office with the desk and chair. Now you got your school. You don't have any students, but you bring all your clients from the shop that you're working at. Now you're servicing your clients, charging them full price. Then you get one student. State board comes in. What are you doing here? I'm doing a look and learn for my student here. It's nothing that the state board can say. You do theory 1 hour a day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. until it's clinic floor, baby. Now, we get 5 students. You got free labor. They don't get paid. You went to school. All that money. How many of y'all went to school? I mean, put in the chat if you went to school and you made the school owner a lot of money. Do you remember working on the clinic floor every day, generating the money, all the money going to the school owner? You might get a little tip or whatever. Think about that. So it's not a lot to open a school, but you have the potential to make millions of dollars. Yes, you do. The numbers don't lie. I mean, think about it. You open your school, you work it, you get accredited, you start getting all this money from the government. They're going to wire it to your bank account. Now you're charging 20,000 students. You get about 50 students now. That's $1 million, not including the product sales. If somebody sells a product, a student, who gets the money? I'm going to give y'all a test. If y'all got 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 students, and they selling products in the school, shampoo, conditioner, whatever, who gets the money? This is just an easy test. Y'all went to school, who gets the money? I'm looking in the chat. Oh, so y'all don't know who get the money. Okay, the school owner does. If a student does a service and it's $20, who gets the $20? Everybody say me, which is you. Say me, put me in the chat. When they get financial aid and they qualify for $10,000, $20,000, $25,000, who do they wire the money to? Not the student. Say me, that's you. So think about that. When they go to the vending machine, we're gonna put Snickers, hot Cheetos, Takis, the powdered donuts, all the unhealthy stuff, the sodas, the Mountain Dews. We're gonna put all the stuff in there that's unhealthy. We're gonna go to Sam's or Costco and fill that vending machine up. And guess what? Who gets the money from the vending? Everybody say me, which is you. So now let's get on with this. The slave master kept students with the slave mentality. That's right, the hustle the clients. So we know that the school makes money. So let me share this screen with y'all on a few things. Okay. Why do you think beauty pros move beyond the chair? Why do you think that? Okay, you're a barber, stylist, nail tech, esthetician. Why do y'all think they move from beyond the chair, from the shop to running a school? It's a lot of reasons why school owners, I've talked to thousands of school owners and I've interviewed them and I've asked them, why did you move from the shop to the school? You had a big clientele. It seems like you were doing well. Guess what a lot of them said? They were tired. They started developing carpal tunnel. Their neck started hurting, their back, their knees. They were breaking down, their bodies was breaking down. They weren't able to spend enough time with their family members and friends. They weren't making enough money. They was tired of being chained behind the chair, feeling like a slave. I mean, I've heard all types of reasons why they moved from the shop to opening a school. They wanted to make more money. They were tired of retraining students that graduated from schools and coming to their shop not knowing how to do nails or cut hair or style hair or whatever. Have any of y'all ever experienced that? They were tired of unprofessionalism. These students coming to their shop. I mean, I've heard a lot of things of why. They love the industry. They was born to teach. God had told them to teach. Now, some of y'all said, you drain your energy. I mean, there's so many reasons. Physically exhausting, carpal tunnel, degenerative disc disease, feet hurting, back hurting, knees. I mean, I've heard it all from interviewing these people. Some of them wanted the American dream. They knew that if they opened a school and started small and they worked it just like they worked at their shop, within a couple of years, they would be accredited and their income would 10x. Now they'd go and start making 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month. Imagine that. And I know it's hard for a lot of you all to imagine and fathom you making $10,000 a day and you hadn't picked up no clippers, no curling irons, or anything. And the government is wiring this money to your bank account. I know it seems unreal, but you all went to school. So you know it's possible. Think about that. Some of y'all been in the industry a long time. Put in the chat how long you've been in the industry. We want to know, how long have you been in the industry? Put in the chat. 2025 is coming up. That means I've been licensed 35 years in 2025. 35 years, y'all. Hill, 20 years. In Texas, she's been in the industry 27 years. It's time, y'all. It's time to go to the next level. It's time to go pro. With God, anything is possible. I know a lot of y'all are afraid. I know a lot of y'all have been through things. I know a lot of y'all probably grew up in the hood. You grew up fatherless or motherless, or been through adoption agencies, been molested, been to prison. Just like myself, I've been to prison. We all been to hell and back. We all have experienced some things in our past that has probably messed with our minds, thinking that we can't achieve this dream, that we can't do this. But I'm here to tell you, with God, anything is possible, y'all. Kimberly, 37 years. It's time. Bruce Brown, one of my students, he actually went to my school years ago. Now, he went to my school years ago. Do y'all realize Bruce was a student and I was a school owner? And Bruce could outcut me. When Bruce came to school, he was already an expert. He could outcut everybody. He was ready for the shop. He just needed his license. He should have been a school owner, but the time is now. The time is now. It doesn't matter if we have not done it. The time is now. 2025 is y'all's year. It's your year. There are school owners out there with less gifts, less talent, less money, and less resources than you have. But you know what? They didn't let fear stop them. False evidence appearing real. See, a lot of y'all are scared. You mean to tell me you're going to let fear stop you? You're going to let fear keep you from behind the chair? No, it's time to go pro. I'm telling you, don't worry about what you've been through. Don't worry about your past. Stop listening to the naysayers. Don't listen to your family members and friends. Don't do that, because they will have you broke and disgusted and broke down behind that chair. It's time to go to the next level. If it is to be, it is up to me. It's up to you. You're going to have to break the generational curse of poverty. Christmas has just passed. They need to be having Christmas at your house, the big house. Christmas should be every day. When you become a school owner and you become accredited and you start receiving government funding, and it's not all about the money, but Christmas is every day. You're going to ask your wife, your kids, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, what you want for Christmas. They're going to tell you, I don't know. I asked my mom, I said, what do you want for Christmas? Same thing every year. She'll do like this. I don't know, Chin. The reason why she says that is because Christmas is every day. I've already gotten her everything that she wants. You'll be able to do what you want, when you want, how you want, travel, buy cars, clothes, shop, the mansion you want, give back, help people, retire your loved ones, eat wherever you want to eat. You'll be able to do all of that once you get accredited. Yes, you will. That's going to take some work. The biggest myths of opening a school. A lot of y'all have been tricked. See, what are some of the myths? Oh, you got to be smart. No, you do not. I opened a school, I was 26. I ain't know nothing. Had a mentor, join Miss Velma's program, the same program that y'all get access to. I paid her, put my down payment, paid her, got in the program. If you can read, how many of y'all can read? Let me know if you all can read and copy and paste. If you cannot read and copy and paste, find someone that can. Now, I know a lot of the men probably can't copy and paste on the computer. Ask your woman to do that. All the females can copy and paste. They can all read too. Some people think you got to have a college degree. No, you do not. They think you got to have a skill set. No, you don't have to be an expert at what you do. I didn't know how to cut straight hair, couldn't use the razor, could cut curly, wavy, kinky hair, average, wasn't good as Bruce. Couldn't do a shampoo or conditioner, couldn't do a color relaxer. Oh, you got to be this great teacher. No, you don't. That's what they have the My Ladies book for. All of the lesson plans is in the My Ladies. You just read it. You just stay a chapter ahead. They have the DVDs. They even got the digital stuff now where they teach everything for you on My Ladies. You don't have to do no teaching. You join the My Ladies curriculum program, everything is on there. Well, you got to write the test. No, you don't. My Ladies already has the test, everything digital. They grade and do everything. Yes. So you don't have to have a skill set. You don't have to have a lot of money. I'm going to show y'all my first school. The roof was leaking. It wasn't the biggest, grandest school, but it doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. See, a lot of y'all got this pride. Oh, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big and I'm going to do it this way. Look, you saw how Jeff Bezos started with Amazon. He was in a little bitty crammed up office with a desk. You saw TD Jakes started with 10 members in a storefront church, no air conditioning. 10 members on a good Sunday, Easter Sunday, counting the pregnant women. He had one suit. They called him One Suit Jakes. You saw how Tyler Perry started with the plays. It doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. You saw how Paul Mitchell started. In the trunk of his car with $700 and a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. It does not matter how you start. See, a lot of y'all want to start at the top. You got champagne taste, but you got Coca-Cola money. You just got to start where you are. So don't let the myths get you. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, so you're going to open up a school. Stop listening to the dream killers. Don't listen to the dream killers. No. Eagles don't listen to ducks. They'll tell you can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. How much does a Paul Mitchell program? $1 million. It's going to cost you over $1 million to do a Paul Mitchell franchise. You don't need a Paul Mitchell franchise. You're the franchise. You start your own school. Y'all get the same information, same blueprint, get more than with the Paul Mitchell. Yes, you do. And I'm showing you this so you can see the cost of Paul Mitchell. Yes, how much money you got to have. But you don't have to worry about that because we're going to start from where we are. All right. What's stopping you from opening a school? Oh, well, I don't have the money. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the knowledge. All of these excuses. I could have said, well, I'm cutting hair in prison for 3 cents an hour. When I got out, I had no money, no job, no driver's license, on federal parole, and I had bad credit. Think about that. You missed that. I'm a convicted felon. I'm released from prison with no money, no job, no driver's license, and bad credit. And I'm on federal parole the next 5 years. What's stopping you? Oh, well, these kids, I'm trying to wait for the time to get right. Let me tell you something. The time ain't never right. It ain't gonna never be perfect for you. It'll never. The best time was yesterday. The next best time is today. I have nothing to sell y'all. I ain't got nothing to sell y'all. If you think that at the end I'm gonna try to sell you something, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We may do a call and talk about where you're at, your goals or whatever. I might give you a link for that, but I ain't gonna sell you nothing. I don't care if you join the program or not. I don't care if you open up a school or not. I had a school 20 years. They wired over 20 million. Now I'm gonna testify and give God the glory. Okay? Yeah, it was God. For me to open that small school, do over 20 million, had a school over 20 years, retired, billions of dollars in real estate, mansion, retired my mom 20-some years ago. I can testify on everything that God has done. Everything. That was God. But you know what? I connected with Miss Velma and her program. Because see, God will put people in your life that can take you to the next level. You can't take yourself to the next level. No, you cannot. You're going to have to connect with somebody, a mentor, a proven mentor, someone that's been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. You don't have to worry about making mistakes. What mistakes did you make? I ain't make no mistakes because I connected with Miss Velma and I didn't listen to nobody else. Oh, you got to put in your work. You got to be old. I was 26 years old. We got people in our program that's 25 years old. We had 2 Hispanics that was 25. English was their second language. So there's no excuse for you. We got women. Alex had 4 girls and opened the school by herself. There are no excuses. Well, I don't have the money. Stop drinking, smoking, hookah, going out to eat, buying your lashes, your weeds, getting your hair done, your nails, smoking your weed, snorting your cocaine, tricking at the clubs, tricking on women, tricking on men. Stop all that stuff. Imagine if we put ourselves on punishment. Imagine if we sacrificed, didn't go out to eat for a year, just took sack lunches to work, didn't do no entertainment. Think about that. Didn't go shopping, ladies. Y'all got enough clothes in the closet. You got enough shoes in the closet. Matter of fact, you probably don't need to go shopping for the next 5 or 10 years. You have enough. If we sacrificed and took that money and invested in ourselves, the greatest investment is in yourself. And if you don't have the money, work on your credit. I can give y'all some kind of credit person. Credit is a poor man and a poor woman's money. Then you can get business funding. So there are no excuses. A school versus a shop. What are the advantages of a school versus a shop? Well, when a shop, think about it. I've talked to thousands of shop owners, school owners. And I like talking to the school owners because 99% of them, guess what? Used to be shop owners or they worked at a shop. And they said they didn't like it because the environment, working behind the chair, they were tired. Bodies was breaking down. We talked about that. A lot of clients they didn't like. When they didn't work, they didn't get paid. Some of them said it was like an adult daycare center managing grown people in your shop. How many shop owners we got out here? How many of y'all had to babysit grown women, grown men, don't want to clean up, don't want to follow rules and regulations, don't want to be told what to do? With a school, you don't have to worry about that. With the school, guess what? You get money from all of the students. Imagine if y'all are school owners, I'm a shop owner. You got 5 students, I got 5 workers. I'm only gonna get paid booth rent or commission. What's commission? 50-50, 60-40, or 70-30. Somebody tell me what's commission in the school. In y'all school with the student, client comes in, pays $20 for a service. 100% commission to the school owner, 0% to the student. There's no shop in the world where you're gonna get 5 or 10 people to work in your shop for a whole year for free or 6 months for free. That's not happening. With the school, you have free labor. And if they don't want to do the service, does anybody know what you can do to the student? If they refuse to do a service, send them home. You have a free janitor. See, the students have to do something called sanitation. So they have to clean up the school for you. Think about that. If they sell a product, shampoo, conditioner, hairbrush, wave cap, whatever, 100% commission to you, the school owner, 0% the student. And the student can give you a down payment and they can pay weekly or monthly. You can work out payment plans with them. Once you get accredited and all of that, you'll get your money off the top. So think about this, a school versus a shop. Say I've had my shop 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. All I got is a shop. How can I leave some generational wealth? I'd be broke down. Imagine if you had a school 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you've been receiving government funding, millions of dollars. Imagine where you'd be. I opened a school, I was 26. I got accredited in 2 years. When I got accredited, my income went from like $50,000 a year to $600,000, then $900,000, then $1 million, because it was government funding, without me being an expert, without me picking up any clippers. See, the school has the power to create generational wealth. This is the best vehicle for any beauty professional. The best vehicle for any basketball player that's in college or high school is to go pro. The best vehicle for any college football player to create financial freedom, time freedom, break generational curses in their family is for them to go pro. The best vehicle for any beauty professional is to own a school, go pro. Yes, that's it. Now, how did over 2,000 beauty pros transition from the shop to the school? How y'all think we had over 2,000 beauty pros to move from beyond the chair to open a school? Now I can brag on Miss Velma. Thank God for Miss Velma's blueprint, y'all, and for her letting me partner with her years ago. That's how they did it. How do school owners survive before getting billions in grants and financial aid? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Do any of y'all know how? That's something people think. How am I going to survive without financial aid when I open this school? Y'all been in the beauty professional 5, 10, 20, 30 years. You've never got financial aid. How have you survived? By doing your clients, by clients coming in, by you selling products. See, if you do the bare minimum, imagine you open a small school, the bare minimum, you'll be able to cover your overhead. Then you get a couple of students and you charge half price of what they charge it in the shop. Who you gonna target? Single parent moms, single parent dads, high school kids, college kids, the elderly, special needs, people that's shopping at Goodwill, Walmart that's on a budget, that can't pay these high prices. Imagine you doing them. Now you're like the Sam's of the world or the Costco of the world. See, everybody can't go and pay them high prices. So now your clinic floor is generating income. You have theory, 1 hour a day, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. until, what you gonna do, Bruce, Rachel, Nellie, Jocelyn? Shamir, what you gonna do? From 10 a.m. until Denitra, Kimberly, what you gonna do? Shara, TD, Tamala, what you gonna do, warrior woman? Venice, Zandra, we're gonna do clinic floor. We're gonna work them like they worked us on the clinic floor. That's what we're gonna do. Work that clinic floor. That's gonna cover your expenses. Your vending machine. Put that vending machine up under the TV. Put the TV on the wall right above the vending machine. So when they're watching that TV, they're gonna be watching them peanut M&Ms, them Snickers. They're gonna be watching all the things that's gonna give them high blood pressure, that's gonna put them in a diabetic coma. Get only snacks that'll put them in a diabetic coma. The hot Cheetos, the Takis, the Funyuns, the ranch Doritos, the regular Doritos, hot chips, the Mountain Dew drinks, the Pepsis, the Coca-Colas. You want to put stuff in there. Don't put no fruit in there. None of that. You want stuff that's going, when they drink that soda, they're going to get more thirstier. And then they're going to have to buy another one and charge them. I never thought that a soda would be $2 when you paying 10 cents from Sam's or Costco or whatever. Now, we're going to get our books and kit wholesale and retail them to the students. All right, that's what we're going to do. Because when you become a school owner, you get all of that stuff at a cheap, affordable price and retail it to the students and retail it to the public. Then we're going to do advanced classes on a Sunday or Monday. I used to do advanced classes to a lot of the Caucasians and a lot of the females who couldn't cut curly, wavy, kinky hair. So I paid extra money like that because that's the only thing I knew how to do. That was it. Think about that. All you know how to do is cut curly, wavy, kinky hair, average. And you mean to tell me you opened up a school and did over 20 million? And you've been licensed now 35 years. And guess what, y'all? The only thing I still can do is cut curly, wavy, kinky hair, average. I'm probably even worse now. I still don't know how to use the razor. Yeah, I'm scared of it. I don't know how to shampoo or condition. I have water all over you. I don't know how to do a color. No, I do not. Surely do not. Can't do a shave with the straight razor. Nope. Can't do a relaxer. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that I never learned how to do that. Well, how'd you own a school? I can teach it. I can tell you how to do the 90 degree, 45 degree, because I looked at the book. I can tell you how to do a relaxer, color, because I've read about my lady's book. And I had the little DVDs to show y'all. But that doesn't mean I know how to physically do it, because I don't. And I'm not going to sit here or stand here and tell you all I know how to do that. Because guess what? I don't know how to do it. I've never learned how to do it. And I'm just letting you know, you all are experts. Y'all can do more than me. But I wasn't scared. A lot of y'all scared. A lot of y'all think you got to have this, you got to have that, and this and that. You making these excuses. People make excuses because they scared. And for y'all that are scared, die behind the chair. Because that's what's going to happen to you. Because I've been licensed 35 years now. All of my friends in the beauty industry had more gifts, more talent, more resources, more money, more skills, more experience than me. Why didn't they open a school? Why? Fear. They didn't believe. And guess what? A lot of them broke down. Both their hands been operated on. They got a slip disc, their neck, their back is messed up, their knees, they got gout on their feet, sciatica, all types of stuff. A rotator cuff change here, another rotator cuff change there. If you all don't open a school and you continue to repetitiously work in the shop, your body is going to break down. Okay? You only get one body. You only get one arm. Once you had that surgery and all that, you'll be able to tell me when it's going to rain. Because you're going to be feeling a little pain. You know what? It's going to rain today. You'll be going to the grocery store seeing these people look like an old woman and an old man because the shop done broke them down. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. So that's how you're going to survive without the financial aid before you get it. How do I get clients? See, we did a study where we asked over 1,000 school owners, how am I going to get clients? Hey, guerrilla marketing. Imagine if you gave out a card, 1,000 free cards, free shampoo, or a free conditioner, a free haircut, and they came in. They probably would give you a tip. And then if you called them, hey, I was just calling to thank you for patronizing the business. Hey, Rachel, this is Chin from the Beauty Academy. I just wanted to call and thank you. Hill, Bruce, y'all just wanted to call to thank you. Shamir, Deidre, Jocelyn, Kimberly, Miss Smith from out of Texas. I just wanted to call to thank you for patronizing our business. Pleasure. I just wanted to thank you. That was it, Shira, TD, Tamala, Venice, Warrior Woman, Zandra. I just want to thank you for coming in. Even if they didn't spend no money, if they got a free service. And before they leave, you're going to give them another card with a punch card. And they're going to come back. It's a numbers game. If 10 people come, you give out 10 free cards. 3 or 4 may come. And then 1 will come back. It's a numbers game. If you continue to do that, before you know it, your clinic floor is going to be overloaded. My clinic floor at the school was banging. Like they say on the streets, it was off the chain. Go to the retirement homes. Give back. Do a lot of public service. Send a lot of the press releases to all of these news places. You'll get featured at least 1 or 2 times. Go to the dollar store. Give a stack of cards to the cashier. Hey, hand these out to people. And you know what? Come out of school and get you a free service. Go to Walmart. Give it to the cashier. Hey, hand these cards out. Men, do what I did. I sprayed cologne on all my business cards, and I would give it to the women who didn't get any attention. Now, not the women like you, Shara. Nope, I didn't give them. I'm going to call her BB, the school on there in Texas. No, I didn't give them to the women that look like you. Shamir, I avoided women that look like you. Deidre, Jocelyn, Kimberly, Miss Smith. No, I ain't even Rachel, Zandra, Shara. No, Tamala, Warrior Woman. I wasn't approaching no woman that looked like you. I approached the women that didn't get a lot of attention. Okay? They wasn't as pretty as the eyes you all are. I approached them. Ladies, y'all get the little fat mechanic with the oil and dirt up under his nails. They kind of talk with a little heavy tongue or whatever, belly out. Give a card to him. Tell him to come get a shampoo. Shampoo his head. You know, make him feel good. Make him smell your perfume. Get all up close on him and all that. He gonna give you a tip. Yeah, and then when them ladies would come, we give them a little haircut, a little eyebrow arch. They smell that cologne. You compliment them. And then they bring their kids back. That was the guerrilla marketing. Go to every shop in your city. Let them know you're opening a school. If they're refer a student, you'll give them $100. When the student comes, they got to pay $100 application fee. You take that $100, that cash, that $100 bill. This is what you do. You take that $100 bill and you go back to that shop and you give it to them. Thank you for giving me that student, for referring that student. That's what you want to do. That's just guerrilla marketing. See, when I opened the school in 98, we didn't have social media. Wasn't no Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Wasn't none of that back then. No. Now y'all can do Facebook ads, Instagram ads where you spend $5 a day. And the ad will pop up on people's cell phone that's in a 15-mile radius of your school. So y'all got it easy now. Y'all can just post on social media. Y'all have it easy. We ain't gonna even talk about that. So how to get clients and students, those are some of the things you need to be doing. Every day you should be going live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You should be posting. Yes. So there's no excuse. We talked about how to get clients, how to get students. What would you do if the government paid you $20,000 a student? What would you do? Close your eyes, y'all. I want you to imagine that you had 10 students that started. and the government wired $20,000 to your bank account. Open your eyes, y'all, and you woke up and you had all this money in your bank account. And these 20 students had to do hair, nails, all that every day. And none of them got paid, and you got all of the money. What would you do with that money? I'll never forget. Miss Velma said, Chin, what are you gonna do when you get all that money? I said, I'm gonna retire my mama. I'm gonna buy her a mink coat and a mink hat and gloves because she's a church lady. And that's what she likes. I'm gonna buy her a black Cadillac because that's what she's wanted. I'm gonna buy her a mansion because when I was a kid, she used to take me and my brother and sister and pay $5, her last $20 for all of us, to go to Brentwood, Tennessee, where the rich folk lived in Nashville with these mansions. And they had something called the Parade of Homes, where you could pay and you take your shoes off and put these little footy socks on, and you got to walk around in these mansions and look. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna take my family out to eat. I'm gonna buy them whatever they need. Break the generational curse of poverty. I want revenge on my ex-girlfriend that left me when I was in prison. And I put out on a condominium, put her through college, took care of a child who wasn't mine. And she became a nurse. And then she moved another man in and married him. And when I got out, she dumped me. And he ended up being one of my students at my school. But I wanted revenge on her and I cried. And Warrior Woman, my mama told me, Chin, and I cried on her shoulder, y'all. I was broke down. Ladies, I've been in the barbershop for years. And it's a man code that we have. We do drive-bys too. I used to drive by her house and look. We do drive-bys. Late night or whatever. We worse than y'all women. We weaker than y'all women. When we get hurt and all that, we can dish it out, but we can't take it. And I cried on my mama's shoulder, y'all. Wasn't brushing my teeth, wasn't combing my hair. I was on that diet, that stress diet, lost weight. And I said, but mama, I want revenge. She said, Chin, success is the best revenge. So I worked on myself. What would you do if you're making 20,000 student? What you gonna do? You gonna buy that big old house, furniture? It's okay if that's what you want to do. It's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. You can shop till you drop if that's what you want to do. You can move to a better neighborhood if that's what you want to do. You can buy whatever vehicles if that's what you want to do. You can give to the church if that's what you want. It's whatever you want to do. Think about that. We all got different reasons. Do you know your state board rules for opening the school? If you knew your state board rules, if you took the time, if you don't know how to use Google and find your state board rules and regulations, email millionairebarber@gmail.com or go to Millionaire Barber on Instagram and send us a DM. And the team will send you the rules and regulations for your state. And if it's something in the rules and regulations that you don't see, like the square footage or how many chairs or whatever, just email the state board and they will respond. And you all will realize and discover it's not a lot to open a school. Now, yeah, the paperwork, you have to know the paperwork, but we already have all of that. Well, what about the curriculum? Well, what about the school catalog? Well, what about the orientation forms? Well, what about the enrollment agreement? What about the policy and procedure manual? What about the leave of absence policy, the admissions policy, the refund policy? What about all of that stuff? We have all of that. You just put your name on it. Paperwork is easy. Y'all just got to find the building. Equipment. Where am I going to get my equipment from? You're going to get it from Buy Right. That's where I got mine from. I put $2,000 down, y'all, and paid $415 a month. That's what I did. Yes. Put $2,000 down, paid $415 a month. Here's Buy Right Beauty. If we look at packages, just click on packages right here. And look, no credit needed financing. That's good. No credit needed financing. I like that. So let's look at some of the things that they have. Look at some prices. So we'll click on some of these links. Click on financing. Look, lease to own program, SNAP financing program up to $5,000. Just say we're gonna open up the Barber. But let's see, the packages are not popping up. I like to look at the packages. That's what I want to show y'all. Well, we'll look at collections. Shop out. They got everything on here that y'all can see. But they usually have some packages that y'all can look at. So you can see where you can get a whole shop for like some thousands of dollars on the packages. And they got back-to-back stations, all the chairs, everything that you need. Let me look at something else. Buy right, beauty. All right, beauty. I'm gonna look at see if we get the other part, because I really want y'all to see these packages, but the packages are not pulling up. But try one more thing. Here. Well, no, the package is not pulling up, but there are plenty of places that you can go. Y'all go to Facebook Marketplace. Y'all may be able to look in your local papers or whatever to find stuff. You can get some used stuff. It's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. You don't have to know how to teach, because I know a lot of y'all thinking, I got to know how to teach. No, you do not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to myladies.com. I'm going to show y'all right now. Myladies.com. I know y'all thinking, well, you got to be an expert. You have to be smart. You have to know how to teach. No, you do not. I didn't know how to teach. Still really don't know how to teach. But guess what? I can read. If you can read, you can make millions. You can become a millionaire if you can read. That's all you got to know how to do is read. Here's the My Ladies site. That's it right here. Y'all are looking at it. You're looking at it right now. mylady.com. Let's go in it. Well, I'm going to do cosmetology. Here's the cosmetology book. They can have the iPads to do all that. Get product details. It teaches them everything. Look, all the stuff is there for the students. SEMA, everything is online. It could be all digital. Everything online, taking the test. The book is online. They got a 2-year access to that. Everything. The SEMA exam prep. Okay, what about the instructor? They got the books for the instructors. Well, I ain't doing Cosmo, I'm doing aesthetics. All right, here go your aesthetics for everything. Well, I'm doing the barber. Okay, here's your barbering. Everything, the teaching stuff. It's all there. Well, I'm doing the nails. Okay, here go the nail stuff. Everything that you need. Well, I'm doing massage is here. Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to do eyelash. Okay. There you go, the lash program. Well, I'm the master educator is here. Everything that you need, all of your teaching stuff. Well, I don't know how to do lesson plans. Look, the lesson plans I already wrote for you. You can get the lesson plans. The test, everything is there. All your teaching stuff is right here. It's all there. They've already done it for you. It doesn't get any easier. They even got stuff in Spanish. With the tech knowledge and everything, it's a piece of cake. So there's the myladies.com. It's all there. So if you don't know how to teach, you don't have to know how to teach. Well, how am I going to keep up with the time? Do they have to sign in, then sign out? Look, we're in a tech world, y'all. It's automated. I'll take y'all to a site where you can get an automated time clock. Do y'all want to see the automated time clock? Cost pennies on the dollar? Let me know if y'all want to see it. I'll show it to y'all. This is how you're going to keep up with the time. It's a lot of time clock systems out there, but I'm just giving y'all some of the most economical, okay? These time clocks. So we can look at this, and I already know what y'all asking. Well, how much does it cost? Here it is. Here it is. 1 to 9 students, $27 a month. 10 to 19, $45. 20 to 50 students, $79 a month. And they got a lot of other time clocks. But this one, they got all kinds. And they'll be able to use their finger, their eyes, or card, or whatever. So this will keep up with their time. It's automated, y'all. Put your finger right there. Everybody put your finger up. Boom. Collects their time. You attend. All right. I'm giving y'all all the stuff. So there are a lot of school software system companies that are fully automate your school. This is one of them, Smart. You can fill this out. They'll give you a free demo. Anything that you can think of with your school, it'll do it. It'll print it out at the drop of a dime. So Smart is one of them. I'll give y'all another one. Fame Inc. Let's see. Fame. That's another one here. Let me pull this one up. This is another one, Fame. I think Paul Mitchell uses Fame. You got Genesis. I'll pull up Genesis. School system. Yeah, you got Genesis, you got it's a lot of other ones, but we're gonna move on. So hopefully y'all learn some stuff from that. So here's Burmax, Burmax.com. You will not be able to purchase from Burmax until you get your school license. They only sell to licensed school owners, and they have very good prices. You'll be able to buy wholesale and retail them to the students. You'll be able to retail to everybody in your city. That's how cheap, affordable you'll be getting all this stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable prices, which is great. The whole kits and all that. They ain't got no minimum qualities, but you cannot purchase from them unless you have a school license. You can go online and try to buy something, but you won't be able to do it. So I wanted to share that with you because a lot of people say, well, where am I going to get my tools, my kits and all that? Beforehand, you can just go on Amazon and buy some stuff, buy some books or whatever, because another thing, my ladies, they're not going to sell you books or anything until you become a school owner. Well, how am I going to get my books first? Go on Amazon and you can buy a couple of books. So you'll be able to get all this stuff wholesale, retail it to the students. So I wanted to share that with you all, Burmax. And there are other places too, but I just want to give you all some tools and resources that'll really help you. Now, the next thing, we can all make excuses on why we have not achieved something. Whether we've been to prison, whether divorce, disease, molestation, some type of illness or car wreck, or been in a foster care, bad relationship, we all can make excuses on why we don't have a school or why we're not where we need to be in life. We all can, but we cannot let that stop us. With God, anything is possible. I remember cutting hair in prison, 3 cents an hour. When I got out of prison, I had no money, no job, no driver's license, bad credit, on federal parole for 5 years. And I'm not going to go deep into prison and all of that stuff. But not only did I go to prison, my sister went to prison too. She had a 3-year-old child at the time. I was a cocaine dealer, y'all. I did wrong. I accept full responsibility for my dumb, stupid, greedy decisions or whatever, end up losing everything. My sister didn't do anything. She was a senior in college, getting ready to be a nurse. And I was a business major, a senior in college at Tennessee State University. when we both went to prison. I felt very bad because the feds locked her up and she was not guilty. So it was very important for me to open my school. It was super important because now Bruce, Miss Miller, Shamir, she could never be a nurse. She wanted to be a neonatal nurse, one of them baby nurses, Denitra, Kimberly, Miss Smith, Patricia, but that was her dream to be a RN pleasure, Rachel. But because of my ignorance, Shara, TD, Tamla, she could never be a nurse, Vernice, Warrior Woman, Zandra. And I felt really bad. My mama had to take care of my niece while my sister was in prison. I cried a lot. I contemplated suicide. I cried every night in prison. When the lights went out, I put my face in the pillow because I had disappointed my mom. She didn't raise me like that, y'all. I was raised in the church. And then I got my sister in trouble. I embarrassed my family. My stepdad was a pastor. I embarrassed him. I embarrassed my mama. You know, she was a school teacher. It was all on the news, the newspaper. I felt really bad. But it does not matter what happens to you in life. When you put your faith in God and you get on the right track and you never give up and you sacrifice, you get in the word, you cut off negative people, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I don't know what some of y'all are going through right now, but I'm telling you, don't give up. Never give up. Put your faith in God. I see some Joshuas and Caleb's on here. See, when they went over there to survey that land, guess what? 10 of them spies were scared. They was operating in fear. But 2 out of the 12, Joshua and Caleb, they saw a land of milk and honey. I saw a school. You could get it accredited. You could get government funding. You could break generational curses. It all depends on what you see. 10% is action. 90% is reaction. How you respond to that. Doesn't matter what happens to you. It's how you going to respond to it. How you going to respond to what happened to you? Yeah, welcome to the family. Ladies, welcome to the sorority. Guys, welcome to the fraternity. Oh, you went through something too? How you going to respond to it? Oh, you went through that too? What you going to do about it? How you going to respond? See, all of us can have a pity party, but I wrote the dreams, the goals, the vision down while I was in prison. I'm enjoying owning schools, owning real estate, making millions of dollars, retiring my mom, buying him a mansion. Speak that thing. See, you got to preach rain in the drought, Noah. You got to be preaching that rain right now. Does not matter what happens to you. When I got out, I was living in a federal halfway house. It was mandatory when I did the Fed time, the federal. Sleeping on the cot, 30 other men in there. I immediately started back cutting hair. You got to work. You got to put the work in. And what was I doing? Shopping at Goodwill. That's what I was doing. Taking sack lunches to work. All y'all pretty women, cut all the women off. Cut them off. No more getting your hair done, nails done, taking care of the kids, paying the bills, doing. No, cut them off. You got kids, you want to take care of them. Wasn't going to the strip joints. I cut off all my bad habits, y'all. Going out to eat and everything. We all have habits. There's a Delilah in all of our lives. A Delilah is not just a woman. A Delilah is anything, something that you used to could control, but now it's controlling you. For some of y'all, Delilah is a drink, a man, a woman, shopping, pornography, strip joints, drinking, smoking. We all have Delilahs. Something that brings you down. But you're going to have to starve your problems and feed the promise. So I cut off all the negative people. That's what I did and worked. Rode the martyr bus. A lot of embarrassment. Had to suck up a lot of pride. A lot of people talked about me. Yeah. And I worked in that shop. But I said, I'm going to give me a school. God did not create you to just work behind a chair. You're better than that. You're bigger than that. You're a king. You're a queen. You're a child of God. He's put it inside of you. There's a champion in each and every one of us just waiting to come out. You can do this. So I worked. And I said, I'm going to get me a school. The guys in there laughing at me and all of that. But you know what? Hey, I'm working. Going to the Barber Brothers show. Got the VHS tapes. Doing all this. But when you have a dream and a vision, you will not be able to achieve it by yourself. If you try to achieve it by yourself, you will forever see the place, but never achieve the place that you see. See, where you're at right now is not the destination. That shop or whatever, pitch a tent. Stop building houses where God has told you to pitch a tent. It's only temporary. You won't be there long. He will put somebody in your life that can help you get to your next level. It was Miss Velma. People saying, man, that white woman, oh, so you're going to join her program. You mean to tell me you're going to invest your money in her program? The investment was for me. She was already rich. I don't care if y'all join the program or not. Hell, God has already blessed me. I had schools for 20 years, did over 20 mil. I started doing real estate back in 2000, buying houses. Had halfway houses. People getting out of prison, they'd stay at my halfway houses. They'd come to the school. We'd find them jobs and do all that. Had felony friendly employment things. Started building subdivisions, multiple homes and stuff. Started investing in crypto and all of that, the Bitcoin. Still do the crypto. So God has blessed me beyond measure. So with you all join the program, that's not going to change my life. $1 million wouldn't change my life. $10 million wouldn't change my life. $20 million, $50 million, it wouldn't even change what I'm doing right now. My mom's 80 years old. We live together. I got a 7-month-old child. Life could not be better. I would not move. I would not buy a different vehicle. Nothing. Can't beat it. God said the first shall be last, the last shall be first. And I'm not bragging. I'm testifying on God. But they said, why are you going to do that with Miss Velma? Invest in it. Quit listening to these negative, broke family members and friends. If you continue to listen to these ducks, and you're an eagle, eagles don't listen to ducks. I invested in myself, and I listened to her. Everyone needs a mentor. All a mentor does is cut down the years and cut down the mistakes and prevent the mistakes. All a mentor does is help you get to the bag quicker. That's it. That's all a mentor does. They just help you get to the bag fast. People say, well, you got accredited in 2 years and start getting all that government money. Yes, I did. Well, how'd you do all of that paperwork with NACCAS? How'd you do them 500-600 documents? That one document that was 200 to 400 pages long with the electronic bookmarks and all that stuff. How'd you do it? Miss Velma and her team. Our team does all of that. We do it all. Oh, he ain't gonna be able to get a credit. He ain't smart enough. Look, I had 30 years experience. You know why? Because I connected with Miss Velma. She had 30 years of experience. See, and actually I didn't have no experience, but since I connected with her, that put me ahead of the line. So yeah, our program, it's not my program. It's not my blueprint. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you all, well, y'all get access to the back portal and all these documents, business plan, and all this stuff. No, it's not mine. It's hers. I partnered with her about 10, 11 years ago. She let me partner with her when she was going to shut the program down. All I've done is the team has updated the stuff, made it more digital, made it more copy, cut, and paste friendly. That's it. Miss Velma, her program, she was doing over $1 million a month. Had a chain of schools, big old house, swimming pool, in the back, heated pool, condo down in Destin, Florida. When it would get cold in Nashville, she'd fly to Florida for 6 months. So God will put mentors. This was my school, y'all. I drove around, got turned down about 40 times because they checked credit. My credit, I wouldn't give myself a loan or nothing, y'all. I wouldn't even rent to myself. I had bad credit, a bad record, conspiracy to distribute cocaine, aiding and abetting, trafficking cocaine, gun charges. and I was on federal parole. I wouldn't even rent to myself based on my paper. So people kept turning me down. No means not right now. Move on to the next person. Next landlord. Well, wouldn't do it. Finally found this building in the shopping center. Oh, raggedy shopping center. If you can look at this, y'all can see where the roof was leaking. Y'all see it, the little brown spots. I started with 0 students. Got the equipment from Buy Right. Yeah, look at my office. I bought the chair from Goodwill. You see how it's worn down right here? Look at the cursor. Look at the desk. It's all scratched up. I furnished that whole office about $100 from Goodwill. It does not matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. And when I started this school, I had 0 students in the physical, 0 in the physical, but I had 100 in the spiritual. And every day I'd get on my knees and I thank God for the 100 students in there when it was just me, myself, and I in there. Nobody was in there. And people would laugh and think I was crazy. Then I got 1 student. And then I start going in there, getting on my knees, thanking God for 200 students in the spiritual. See, you got to preach rain in a drought. You got to speak whatever God spoke, it became. And I was thankful for that. Doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. See, you look at me now and see all this stuff, but what about this? What about when I was in prison? See, that's what y'all are forgetting. You think I just fell out of the sky? No. And then the classroom. Bruce will tell you about the class. Bruce went to my school. He's on here right now. One of my former students. Got these little desks and chairs from a secondhand store. They was like $3 each. And I told the lady I was opening the school, she said, take all them things out. It was just taking up space. This right here is what we call a chalkboard. I know a lot of y'all young people don't know what a chalkboard is. Y'all got the dry erase boards. Dry erase boards didn't exist back then. It does not matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. You can laugh at the school, but guess what? I can afford the rent, light bill, water bill, phone bill, the gas bill, alarm, all of that, the cable, the internet, and I wasn't stressed. See, I kept my overhead low. What if the students don't pay? My overhead was low. My clinic floor and my clients, I could cover all the bills. Doesn't matter how you start. Matters how you finish. Here's a clinic floor. Got 1 student. I'm doing my client. State board come in. Look, I'm doing a look and learn demonstration for this student. Ain't nothing you can do. Charge your clients full price. Bring them from the shop to the school. Have theory from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The rest is the clinic floor. Let everybody else continue to work in the shop, but not you. Let them have their salon suite, but not you. You get your school. You be the boss behind the chair, the big boss. Bringing in all the dough, impacting the community. Because see, people respect school owners more than they respect a barber, stylist, nail tech, or esthetician. I can tell you that much. Everywhere I'd go with my t-shirt, barber, stylist, nail tech, scratch out, school owner, boom. You get a lot of respect, a lot of conversation, a lot of influence. That's me cutting clients. Yes. My first graduating class, y'all. This is my first graduating class back in the day. Everybody on there was a throwaway. Somebody had given up on them. Everybody on there had a disability, some type of problem that we had gone through in life. Everybody. And it was not a school, y'all. I didn't have a school. It was a ministry. It was a church. It was ministry. That's what it was, y'all. Teach them business. Teach them about real estate. We reading Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How to win friends and influence people. See, we have to impart in our students. We had people, experts and professionals that come in from the outside and come in there and give us speeches and teach us things. Then you can still have a shop. Because when your students graduate, your best students, great skill set, great attitude and all of that, you put them in your shop. Your worst students, send them somewhere else. So now you got your school, you got a farm system, a funnel system. Your best students, now they can go work in your shop and you can employ them. Now you ain't looking for barbers, stylists, nail techs, estheticians trying to keep your shop full. Now you don't have to have a daycare center because you got good, responsible students. If there was a good student that had sense, they're going to be a good employee at your shop. Get one shop, get that full. Now get two, get three, get four, keep going. So the school has its benefits. There's Miss Velma, all the paperwork. I'm copying and pasting. Pell Grants, the government money. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the Pell Grants. You'll get a lot of money, probably up to $10,000 something dollars Pell Grant money. Student loans, they get another 15, 16,000. 6 months after they graduate, they have to pay student loans back. You don't have to do student loans. You can just do the Pell Grant where you get the free money. Well, where do they send it? To your bank account. They don't give it to the student. Once the student's tuition is paid off, if there's any money left, then you can refund that to the student. But I ain't gonna talk about the government money. It's millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Is a lot, a whole lot. You get 20 students, 20,000. That's a lot. 400,000 right there. Clinic floor probably do another 100,000. One instructor could teach the 20 students. Pay them what? Peanuts. They don't get paid a lot. If you're an instructor on here and you listening, get your own school. Stop making the owners rich. You running the school. You doing all the work. You making them rich. An employee is created to make the owners rich. A job just over broke, just out of broke. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. The VA money. Let's talk about VA veterans. Once your school has been open 2 years, you can qualify for VA as long as your paperwork is right. That's why we had a program, because your paperwork has to be right. Yes, your policies, procedures, all that stuff. Y'all can go open up your school yourself. Great. But you don't have the correct paperwork and policies and procedures. So now, when it's time to get the VA money, go through NACCAS accreditation, you're going to get denied and delayed. And you're going to be knocking my door down or blowing my phone up when you should have did it beforehand. The 6 Ps. Proper planning prevents a painfully poor performance. The student loans. Everybody qualifies for student loans. Guess what? They don't check credit. I don't care if their credit is a 200, 300, 400, 500. It don't matter. As long as they hadn't defaulted on another student loan from another school, they can get a student loan. They can get the Pell Grant. Ain't no credit check. No, I ain't going through that much. After I was accredited for some years, you all, God kept his word. You remember them 200 students? When I had one student, that school right there, God blessed me with 200 and something students at that barber school. And it was the largest barber school in the entire United States for years. 200 and something students at $20,000 a student. God blessed me beyond measure, beyond my thinking. His word will not return void. It's one thing God cannot do. God cannot lie. Now think about when I was cutting hair in prison for 3 cents an hour. 1 minute, I'm the brokest barber in the world. The next minute, I'm the richest. God did that. I'm not bragging. I'm just testifying on what he did. I mean, think about that. And I can't even cut hair, really. I don't even know how to do a relaxer. I can't even teach. I don't even know how to do a color. I can't even use the shears. Can't even cut straight hair. Think about it. With God, anything is possible. You can do it. And that school, my office, y'all, it looked like Scarface. It had cameras. I had the big, pretty chair like this, the big old cherry wood desk with the TVs. Long way from that little bit old raggedy school, y'all. Long way. But I'm going to tell you something, that little small school, I made millions of dollars at that small school too, y'all. Yes, I did. So I just wanted to share this with you all. Then I started opening up multiple schools with accreditation. Let's talk about accreditation. When you open your school, this is what y'all need to do. Get in the program so you can get all the paperwork, the mentorship and coaching. So when students come to your school, they're already filling out the correct documents. See, there are a lot of people that have schools, but they got the wrong paperwork, the orientation forms, pre-orientation receipt, the advisory committee surveys, current student surveys, graduating surveys, leave of absence policy, the addendums. I could go on and on all of these documents that they don't have. And if they do, the verbiage is not correct. So they're going to get denied or delayed. They think they're going to get the government money off us, but they're not. So if you're on here and listening, and I'll put this on YouTube also, it's very important that you go ahead and do it now so you don't run into those mistakes. After you've been open a year, when we're talking about accreditation, that's when you can go to the NACCAS workshop. Okay, they have about 4 or 5 of them per year. It's a 3-day workshop. After that, guess what? And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over the NACCAS stuff so you all can see it. Now, I'm going to give you all the fast track, all the shortcuts on how to get accredited, what Ms. Velma shared with me. When you first open your school, you want to come out the gate with the correct policies, procedures, your enrollment agreement, the orientation forms, the orientation checklist, pre-orientation receipt. You want to have all of your paperwork. I know you probably think you have it, but you don't. I'm not going to go through all them documents, but it's a lot of documents that we have in the program. You want to start the gate out like that. So when a student comes in, they fill out everything, you have a good file. So now we do that. Fast forward 12 months later, now you can attend the first NACCAS workshop. It's a 3-day workshop. They're going to throw a lot of stuff at you all. Your head's going to be spinning. You're going to have a headache. Don't worry. The team has your back. We'll do all the paperwork for you. No problem. Now, you've already been having the students to fill out their proper documents. So once they do your paperwork and you're seeing your examples in of the enrollment agreement, all this other stuff, it'll already be compliant. Now, when you leave the 3-day workshop, now you will be able to fill out your candidate application, okay? Your candidate application. Now that candidate application, let me rewind. Guess how many students you got to have in order to get accredited, y'all? Guess how many students? Does anybody know how many students you got to have in order for you to get accredited? Anybody know this question? The answer to that. That's right, warrior woman. You only got to have 1 student. So don't let people lie to you. Here it is right here. Look, there it is. 1 student. Just 1 student in order to go through to get the accreditation. Yeah, you can change the price of your tuition, do all that stuff before accreditation, after all that. So now, as you leave the workshop, you got to go online and fill out this application. You got to do a feasibility study, have your school license, have 2 resumes, fill out the webinar form, and fill out this certification form. We help you do all of that. We do your school feasibility study, all that, no worries. Pay your fee. I think it's $1,485. Then your annual sustaining fees, that's your yearly membership fees. Those are like $1,900 and something or whatever. Boom. Now we fill out the application, submit all that. Now you're in candidate status. The next step, we do your institutional self-study. Your institutionals, there's the 3-day workshop I told you all. Now you go online, you do the candidate application. I just told you all that. The next step is you do your institutional self-study, which is right here, the ISS. That's a 200 to 400 page document. I'm not going to cover all that today, but I'll show y'all that in other videos. The team will do that for you. All of the schools that are accredited, they didn't do this document. You got to do this 200 to 400 page institutional self-study, type all this stuff up, put all these electronic bookmarks in and all that. It's a lot of work. You got to have your catalog checklist from NACCAS. It has to check up with your school catalog. NACCAS has a enrollment agreement checklist, leave of absence checklist, satisfactory academic progress policy checklist, a refund policy checklist. So NACCAS has this checklist, and then your policies at your school, it must match up with everything in there. We do all this stuff for you. So don't let this scare you. So now, boom, they submit the ISS. Now you can request your first visit from NACCAS. It's $2,350 or $2,400, something like that. And now 4 to 6 months later, they'll come out for your candidate visit. It's 2 people from NACCAS. It's a friendly visit just to tell you what you need to fix and correct. They ain't gonna write you up, put you in jail, none of that crap. So now you give us the report and we revise your institutional self-study and correct whatever they say needs to be correct. The ladies will do that within a week, resubmit it. And now, guess what? You got to fill out your initial accreditation application. I just told you requested a visit. Now, that was a candidate visit. Now you fill out your initial accreditation application. See, initial accreditation application. I'm telling you this beforehand because I know this stuff by heart in my head. I've been doing this since 1998, long time. Now, initial accreditation application, that's like a 12, 13-page application. We help you fill that out, show you an example and all that. You have to get audited financials from an auditor, CPA. We'll give you somebody. We'll give you a referral. I usually refer people to a good CPA that's vetted, that's been doing it for years and years and years, and has done it for hundreds of other schools. Submit that application on the ISS and everything. Boom. Then you pay your fee. Your last fee for the candidate application, not the candidate, but the initial accreditation application, $5,700. Ooh, that's a whole lot of money. Yeah, you're gonna spend about $13,000 with NACCAS and maybe $4,000 or $5,000 for the auditor. But guess what? When you get accredited, then you go to the U.S. Department of Education, you get the Pell Grants, subsidized, unsubsidized student loans. Now you're charging $20,000, $25,000 a student. You're gonna get all that money back. I got over 20 million. So y'all worried about how much something costs. You need to be thinking about how much money you're gonna make. And you're gonna know that because students gonna be calling your school every day. Hey, Bruce, do you have financial aid? Miss Hill, you got financial aid. Miss Miller, financial aid. And you're gonna be saying no, and you're gonna be saying, darn, I'm losing all of this money. So now they come out, final inspection, 4 team members. All they're gonna check everything. If anything is out of place, not in compliance, they're gonna tell you to fix it or correct it before they leave. If you can fix it or correct it before they leave, they won't write you up or give you any limitations. Everybody in our program for the NACCAS accreditation program, guess what? Our ladies are on standby. So all you gotta do is text, call, whatever, email, and they'll get on their computers because they all buy their computers and they'll correct it, fix it, and email it back to you. So you don't get any limitations or write-ups. If you get a limitation write-up, it's not the end of the world. All you have to do is correct it, how you corrected it, show all this documentation, and submit that. It prolongs it another 45, 60 days or whatever, but it's not the end of the world. Then boom, after everything's done, you're accredited. Now it's time to go to the U.S. Department of Education, fill out that online application. You don't have to pay them nothing, and you get paid. So here it is. See the financials. I told y'all, audit financials, institutional self-study, preparing for that visit. And we give you a checklist of everything they're going to check. We give you the cheat sheet. So that's accreditation. So I wanted to share the accreditation, the fast track for you all. Now, going through the accreditation, after you've been open a year, it's going to take you a whole nother year. So now you can be accredited in 2 years. Once you've been open for 2 years, you can fill out the VA, the veterans. Veterans is great, y'all, because imagine if y'all had 10 veteran students to start on Tuesday. By Friday, they would wire, and if your tuition is 20,000, they would wire 20,000 times them 20 students in one payment, $200,000. I know that seems unreal, unbelievable, and all that. Look, when they was wiring all that money into my bank account, I didn't believe it, y'all. I felt, people say, well, Chin, what did it feel like? The only way that I could describe it, y'all, based on my experience in life, I felt like I was moving kilos of cocaine. I felt like I was moving them bricks again, y'all. For Carlos Francisco Mendita, my plug back in the day. That's the only way I could describe all of that money that was coming in. I mean, it was unreal. I mean, to go and pay cash for a mansion in my mom's house, fully furnishing. You know, to furnish a mansion, spend about another 300,000-400,000 just furnishing it. I mean, it was just crazy. So I wanted to share the NACCAS part. So I'm going to share a few more things with you all. So now I'm going to look on here on Q&A, see if I missed any questions. Let's see. See what questions did we miss? Yeah, I can go over that business plan. It'll be yeah, we can do that business plan. We can go over it because it's real simple. What's the name of the program? I'm not selling anything, but here you go. We can do assessment because I need to know what y'all need. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the school assessment up, and y'all can take that assessment to see where your strong points are, where the points that you need help in, whether it's the beginning as far as the state board rules and regulations, accreditation, operating the school, the grants and all that type of stuff, the business plan. So y'all can take that assessment. And when y'all take that assessment, it's 10 o'clock here, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 Central. I'll tell you what, I call y'all back tomorrow. Tomorrow is what? Monday? Yeah. So y'all can take that assessment and I'll give y'all a call back. Any questions? I'm trying to see if I missed any questions. Can you change the price of your tuition after accreditation? Yeah. Everybody does, Rachel. Because they already get that government money. That's when you take that price up to 20,000 or whatever. Any other questions? Did y'all learn anything? Did you learn anything, Bruce? Did you want to come up here, Bruce? Here, Bruce. I don't know if you want to come up here. If you got time, you can come up here and talk about when you was at the school.